Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tackett and Tackett Entertainment. This is me, Michelle Lynn Tackett, who is going to do a review today on Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I finally beat the main game. Now I'm getting into the Game Plus mode and the Future Connect, which I will do a separate review on that. That will be the extra content. But right now I want to get to the meat and potatoes game of one of the greatest RPGs ever made. And that's Xenoblade Chronicles. First off, a little history. Monolith Soft produced and made this game, and they used to be some of the main people at Square Enix who made the Final Fantasy series, the Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana series, such legendary games. And by 1999, they wanted to form their own company and do games like Xenogears, Xenosaga, Baten Kaitos, and then they did Xenoblade Chronicles for Nintendo. Nintendo loved the game so much that they bought out Monolith Soft a few years later, and ever since then, Monolith Soft has been probably the best second party or first party outside of Nintendo's own studio for Nintendo. So here we go. First off, let's talk about how the game plays. It is kind of like what made the gameplay so unique for Xenoblade is it's a MMORPG mixed with traditional RPG combat. You'll either love that or hate that. I love it because it stands out from the rest, and now even Final Fantasy games try to copy this formula. It's not going to be simple. I'm just going to say that. If you're a casual RPG player, this might be a bit much for you at the beginning because you're going to have to sort through all sorts of weapons, attacks, gems, to really power your character up. If you don't know what kind of enemy you're facing, what kind of items and stuff you use, unless you put it on casual mode, which there is a casual mode to make it easier for you, you will get your butt whipped. Trust me, this is a challenging RPG game. Here's a little bit of information for you. First off, blue attacks are more than likely about health, to either refuel your health or protect your health with some defensive modes. The green are for melee attacks. The pink seem to be more to use against flying enemies, and the red are more for ground attacks, but at different positions. So there's a little bit. I hope that helps out. You get crystals in the game that you can use to power up your character, which is really cool. And just to give you a hint, like characters like Shulk, who do use the Monado, you want to power up their ether, because the Monado is more of an ether attack weapon, whereas somebody like Ryan and Dunban, you want to power up their physical strength, so that way you have more powerful attacks. They're more like attack characters, whereas people like Melia and Fiora, Fiora can fight and do healing things. Someone like Melia, who is one of the best characters in the game, is more power up her ether defense, her ether attacks. Characters like that. And whereas a Dunban, he's more of a fast character, so really up his agility, and you'll really see him kick some butt in the game. And Shulk, what I do is I up his agility, up his health, and give him ether crystals and rebuff crystals so that the rebuffs that you use in the game do last longer. How about the performance mode? Well, the performance mode is good. You can tell Monolith Soft even said that they didn't completely redo everything, and it kind of shows. Like, some of the textures and the portable mode and stuff are not grandioso or incredible in anything, but it's solid. And the performance, like 30 frames per second, is solid. What blows you away is the art style, the colors, the art, the visuals, the vistas. The areas are just absolutely phenomenal and gorgeous. You will be floored by the character designs, by the world designs. It is absolutely a marvel to look at. I can't stop looking at it because I take some screenshots and look at them for like 10 minutes. That's just how beautiful the art style is in this game. Next up is the music. Oh my god, the music is just wonderful. I don't love the soundtrack as much as Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That, to me, is the greatest music soundtrack I've ever heard, but this is in the top 5. It is gorgeous. There are tunes to help drive home the message of drama, comedy, intensity, and beauty. They all fit perfectly. Monolith Soft is one of the best at doing music for video games. Their composers and the people they work with are some of the best. just absolutely puts you in the mood, hits the right note. The music knows when to calm down, when to speed up, when to get more operatic and dramatic, when to tone it back a bit. That is great design. I love every track on this. So yes, please give it a listen to. Now, finally, the story and characters. For an RPG, that's kind of a big part. I still think gameplay is more important, but still, anyway. The characters are wonderful. At a personal taste, I like a few characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 better, a la Nia, Pyra, but as a whole, both games have my favorite cast of characters ever in an RPG, ever, that have complexity, depth, unexpected traits that will keep you engaged with these characters. And some people may complain that some of the jokes are a little over the top and stuff, but that it's just the style of Monolith Soft. They mix in over the top jokes with subtle jokes mixed in with heart pounding drama, excitement, tragedy. That is what they do. And the story, oh my god, this story is just out of this world. It is one of the best stories ever for a video game. Period. End of story. You can tell these are the people who helped do the great Final Fantasy games, Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana, because the story will keep you guessing, keep you engaged, shock you, make you cry, make you laugh. Now, are there some flaws in the game? Well, every game has some flaws, and like I said, I do think at first it will be overwhelming for some players to get used to all the depth and all the characterization, customization you have to do, and do it right in order to play the game properly. Also, I think that more could have been done to customize the game, graphics and stuff, for the Switch. That would have been nice, but overall, that's about the only things. And, well, okay, I will say this, like, sometimes it's really hard to get away from a high-level enemy, but that's just, that just requires you to use your smarts and stuff, so really I can't say that's a flaw. But other than that, I really can't find anything. The gameplay is incredible, tight, complex, and a little bit in-depth, maybe a little too in-depth for some, but it's quality. No gameplay is sacrificed here. They do make improvements. If you played the original on the UI front, you have an arrow to help you find the quest where to go to. You can, categorize each weapon, gem, and stuff, so that way you're not searching for hours. So this game did better, in my opinion, a lot better than what Final Fantasy did, this Final Fantasy VII Remake. It actually made quality improvements. And the extra content, I've played a little bit of the Game Plus and Future Connect, and so far they're absolutely wonderful. Future Connect, you can tell, is built from the ground up on the Switch because it looks better. It looks amazing. So what do I say at the end of the day? At the end of the day, Xenoblade Chronicles revolutionized the RPG genre by actually making it more ambitious in scope and storytelling, character development, and combat style. This is a gem. This holiday season, since a lot of people and their sister, mother, brother, and father are picking up a Switch, do yourself a favor and pick this game up. Pick it up. No excuse. It's on the Nintendo Switch. You can get it on the eShop or physically. I prefer physical, but this game is incredible. Bar none, one of the best RPGs you'll ever play, one of the best video games you'll ever play. It's definitely high on my list of greatest games ever. You cannot go wrong with Xenoblade Chronicles. Michelle Lynn Tackett gives it a perfect 10 out of 10. One of the best games you'll ever play. That's it, everyone. That's my review of Xenoblade Chronicles. And if you love the video, please give it a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up button so hard that it rocks the internet. Also, please hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. Hitting the notification bell will help you know when we put out new videos, which we're going to start putting out more videos more frequently now. And also, join our Patreon page. Join the TNT crew, where we have a small but loyal fan base, and we will talk to you. Or you can make a donation via PayPal. This is Michelle Lynn Tackett talking about one of her favorite video games ever, Xenoblade Chronicles, and I hope every one of you all out there have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care of yourself. Bye.